Good Thursday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern Mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this last Thursday of July and probably the last day where we're going to find oppressive humidity levels across the region. This is the daily video forecast discussion for Thursday, the 30th of July, 2015. Lots of clouds over the interior this morning, partly to mostly sunny skies across eastern sections of Long Island and parts of Connecticut's River Valley. Generally, sticky air masses in place. We've got dew points in the lower 70s, air temperatures in the low to the mid 70s across the region, and that's making for a sticky morning with southwesterly winds increasing across the region at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and those winds are going to continue to increase out ahead of a frontal system which will be approaching the region and passing through the region late this afternoon through this evening. We'll start off with the watches, warnings, and advisories here. We have a few of these heat advisories in effect for the New York City metropolitan area until 8 p.m. this evening. Heat index values in the mid and upper 90s. The highest heat indices will be this afternoon, so prolonged exposure to heat and humidity could result in heat exhaustion and possibly heat stroke. So do be careful out there and do hydrate yourself. For the southern portions of Long Island, we have small craft advisories in effect from noon today until midnight tonight. Southwesterly winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas will be between 3 and 5 feet. For the south shore of Long Island, we just discussed that already, so we'll just move on. Over the interior sections here, from Trenton, let's say, down to Philadelphia in the I-95 corridor, again, we're dealing with the excessive heat warning, and this warning will be in effect for heat indices values approaching 100 degrees this afternoon, especially in the urbanized areas. And of course, this is a danger. Proper precautions are not taken, could result in, basically heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Some showers and thunderstorms, especially later this afternoon and evening, could result in some of the cooling. The outlook for 90-degree daytime temperatures may occur daily across the region into next week for this region. However, the humidity is expected to be much lower on Friday and into the weekend. Visible satellite this morning as it's coming up across the region and passing over the region shows lots of mid and high level clouds, low level clouds too across the region, water vapor channel. This is the cold front back in here, but the cold front doesn't seem to be all that impressive in terms of lifting at this point, but that doesn't mean that there's not showers and thunderstorms along this line. And once the clouds across the region erode later this afternoon or later this morning into early in the afternoon, we'll find showers and thunderstorms developing already across western New York and central Pennsylvania and down through Virginia. And this line will march east across the region during this afternoon and evening. Most of the severe weather will not be that bad. However, heavy downpours and downburst wind damage could be a problem, along with some localized flooding. Generally, a half of an inch basin-wide precipitation expected. Any thunderstorm could definitely produce locally higher amounts, obviously with the precipitable water values in the atmosphere. Again, with precipitable water values estimated at 1.8 to 2 inches, this means that any shower or thunderstorm activity that moves into the region this afternoon will produce heavy downpours across the region. They will not be seen everywhere, but there will be certainly places later this afternoon and evening that do get very heavy downpours and much needed rain across the region. And as one would imagine, our tropical season this season has been dead in the Atlantic and the Caribbean and our hurricane belt here. We have a couple of disturbances here, none of which appear to be promising for tropical formation. There is a tropical wave accompanied by an area of low pressure a few hundred miles south-southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. The system is currently producing a large area of showers and thunderstorms. Further development, if any, will be slow to occur while it moves westward at near 15 miles an hour during the next several days. The formation chance is about 10 to 30% over the next 5 days. An elongated area of low pressure and a couple of 100 miles east of the coast of Florida is accompanied by disorganized thunderstorm activity. The low is expected to move northeast with no significant development and is forecast to merge with the frontal system that's approaching our region tonight actually, and the front will be on its heels tomorrow and merge with that. Formation chances are about 10%, and that means that we're not really concerned about this area here as the cold front moves over the region and captures this activity here. On the aviational weather deck this morning, we're dealing with some NVFR conditions with ceilings below 1,000 to 3,000 feet. Other areas have VFR conditions in place. We have a couple of light showers that developed near Reading this morning, and these showers are likely fairly light, moving quickly off to the northeast. Some additional showers may develop through the early morning, fully exiting the region by late morning, and the majority of the region remains dry, with showers having little or no impact to the terminals this morning. And then this afternoon, mainly mid-level clouds expected at the terminals through late this morning. Some MVFR decks impacting Reading and possibly Allentown through early this morning. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an approaching cold front are expected to reach the area during this afternoon. The front will push through the terminals from the northwest to southeast, exiting offshore late tonight. Timing is still an issue, but expect the front to push through Atlantic City probably anywhere from around dinner time to 8 o'clock tonight. Clearing expected to occur behind the frontal passage. South to southwest winds at 5 to 10, becoming northwest behind the front. Friday, chance of some fog early, mainly in Millville, Atlantic City, otherwise VFR. Northwest winds at 10 knots, then diminishing, becoming light out of the southwest. Saturday, VFR overall. A shower or thunderstorm possible in the afternoon and evening, mainly north and west of Philly. Southwest winds at 5 to 10 knots, and that's isolated. Sunday and Monday, VFR conditions. It's soupy out there this morning. Newark, 78, dew point 73, humidity 85%. Ugh, that's not so good. Wind southwest at 7. And overcast conditions. We're expecting some light shower and a thunderstorm with the cold front this afternoon, so we'll be monitoring for that. Philadelphia is also soupy at 78, dew point 73, humidity 85%, wind southwest at 8. Again, showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon and early evening. VFR conditions in place. Surf zone forecast for the New Jersey and Delaware beaches for today. Partly sunny, showers and thunderstorms are likely. Temperatures in the mid-80s, southwest winds at 10, seas around 3 feet. Water temperatures about 77 degrees. UVI index is high at 9. There is a moderate risk of rip currents today, so never swim alone. Always swim in lifeguarded areas, never near piers and jetties, and always have a flotation device with you. There is a high impact of lightning, means that thunderstorms are likely to impact the region late this afternoon and evening. Be aware of that on the waters, my friends. And the next high tide at 6:53 at Belmar, with a low tide at 12:57. The next high tide tonight at 7:14 p.m. Ultraviolet forecast for today will be on the high side right through Sunday, so remember, sunscreen a must. And the pollen from trees will continue to be on the high side right through Sunday as we exit July and enter August. And the year-to-date New Jersey regional precipitation anomalies. We're still below by about 5 or 6 inches across northeastern New Jersey. We're about near normal here in all the whites throughout the rest of the counties here. And we're above normal where the showers and thunderstorms have been the strongest this spring and early summer. And we're rising above the levels of normality here in precipitation totals. So we're in a crux between below across the northeast and above across the southern counties here. NAM high resolution forecast into motion. Here comes the cold front with our line of showers and thunderstorms. They may weaken a little bit across the region, and that is good news, but certainly any of the areas will be impacted by strong gusty winds and very heavy downpours through the afternoon and evening as the cold front moves off the coast. High pressure builds in. Drier air coming in for tomorrow. Temperatures lowering a little bit, but the biggest change in the forecast will be the dew points dropping down from where they are now in the 70s into the upper 50s by tomorrow afternoon, so that's good news. Here's our forecast charts from the Weather Prediction Center this morning with our preliminary prefrontal trough here ahead of the cold front. High pressure exiting the coast. Showers and thunderstorms along the front move through during the afternoon and evening hours, then offshore. High pressure builds in for the weekend beginning tomorrow, late tonight, tomorrow, right into the weekend. High pressure will be in control. The old frontal boundary will be out to our south and east. Waves of low pressure will be also to our south and east. Here is another weak disturbance moving through the flow, and this would be for early on Saturday. And as a result of that, we could have an outlier shower or thunderstorm likely across the area on parts of Saturday, but most of the area should remain dry. And then the front will begin to move off the coast, and right now it's looking like that will happen and probably keep most of the shower activity away from our area. Hopefully that will be the case right into the weekend and continuing on below that. But the latest progs from the WPC show the frontal boundary kind of washing out and dissolving itself, while another frontal boundary approaches the region early next week. So it's going to be hot weather pattern going into the weekend. A couple of disturbances moving through, cold fronts trying to make their way through the region and then failing to do so and stalling. And the 6 to 10 day temperature probabilities near normal to slightly above normal over the next 6 to 10 days across the region. Precipitation will be at or above normal across the north and near normal across central and southern portions. The next 8 to 14 days features below normal temperatures as the trough gets reestablished in the east, a ridge in the west, and that means below normal temperatures for the 8 to 14 day period from August 6th to the 12th. It'll be a slow building trough across the region too as the pattern begins to change once again, and near normal temperature probabilities across the region as well. I should say near normal precipitation probabilities as well. GFS maps into motion. Comes the cold front for this afternoon and evening. We notice that with the showers and thunderstorms, and that moves off the coast. Then high pressure begins to build in across the region. Basically drier weather for tomorrow into the weekend, but we do have a few disturbances that we'll be monitoring. The GFS may not be handling this correctly. With another weak front approaching the region on later Saturday afternoon, that could touch off some isolated shower or thunderstorm activity to the north or south of the region. And let's hope that most of the weekend remains dry with this frontal boundary and disturbances along the frontal boundary remaining to our south. And hopefully that means a very good weekend for the start of August here. As we get in further into the forecast for Sunday and into Monday, another frontal system will be approaching and failing to make its way into the area. There will be an increase in humidity, and there will be an outlier chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm, mostly to the north and west, away from the forecast region on Monday morning. And hopefully this frontal boundary will remain to our south and east as the ridge of high pressure off of the Atlantic continues to fight off these disturbances in the polar stream and the ridge access in the subtropical jet stream here, and just basically our Bermuda high off the coast here, which is typical for summertime. By the time we get into later Tuesday, later Monday night and Tuesday, an area of low pressure, most of the lifting associated with this will be over the St. Lawrence River Valley. It will drag a cold front closer to the region, and there will be some isolated showers and thunderstorms likely, with more humid conditions expected on Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon as that front moves through. And then drier weather, once again, rebuilding over the forecast region for the middle part of the week. Now, it's a long ways out in the forecast here, but the old frontal boundary by mid to late next week has an area of low pressure along it. Hopefully this remains to our south and east. It's being progged right now by the GFS to stay out of our forecast region as high pressure continues to build in across the region. So be safe out there today. Again, hydrate and keep cool as best as you can. Everything is going to be live on GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a pleasant Thursday, and we'll be back in video form with better, refreshing weather tomorrow on Friday.